Hello everyone, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 17, where we get to try and continue work from last episode. It is a new day. We are in day 2 of spring, which is essentially, I believe, March. Hold on, do I have that right? March. Yes. So, what we're going to be doing is, I guess, going into, working on a new field. Now, last episode we left off, we finished up field 40. In fact, let's open up my map here so we can see how it looks. Field 40 is doing quite well. As you can see, we have wheat planted in this field, and it is hopefully going quite nicely. We also missed a few spots. Up here in field 26, I went in off camera and just plowed field 26. It was going to be a long process. It is a much larger field. However, you can see because it was evening when I was doing that, I missed a few spots. So that's something that I want to fix here at the start of this episode. And then we get to try and work on getting that sowed, and potentially, if possible, I want to do an additional task as well. So let's hop in our tractor here. And off we go. Alright. We'll quickly reattach our plow, which is, of course, dirty as all be. After we're done plowing for the season, I'll probably give it a good wash, just because it won't be used anymore. There we go. I was a little rough with that. I'll have to do better next time. Okay, so field 26. I believe the quickest route is actually to go this way, through our little farm compound, out the back side, and around this little pond. I kind of wish we could do some fishing. That looks like a good pond to fish in. I mean, you know, maybe something small like a bluegill. And we'll just quickly follow these country roads. Boy, things are looking good this spring. Unlike yesterday, it is not raining from the start. It is going to be a bright, vibrant green color. Hopefully this whole rest of spring. You can see tomorrow's forecast is supposed to be 63 degrees and sunny. And then the first day of summer is going to be 70 degrees and sunny. And then the other 2 days of summer it's going to rain. And so that's a bit of a concern for us. But I don't think we're doing any harvesting in summer. The only thing that I wanted to do is maybe do some lawn care and get some hay and straw, but we'll see where that takes us later on. You know, we just have four days of sunny-ish weather soon, and then the first day of fall, you can see that's going to be sunny as well, and then cloudy, and then rain. We can't harvest when it's raining, so we need to try and make sure to get the harvesting completed by the time you know, fall is over. We also need to, I guess I can't see any forecast for winter, but we'll have to probably invest in some sort of front attachment to this tractor so that we can scoop up snow and clear snow. Snow is a slippery menace. Alright, so here we are, field 26, back here. Now these are fairly large fields, and 26 is on a slight incline. So I've been mowing it kind of parallel to the natural incline of the terrain. Okay. So here we go. Gonna quickly get in here a little bit. Gonna go ahead and lower our plow. Again, our tractor, it just gets so dirty. It's a little unbelievable. But they're just little areas that we need to hit and make this thing completely plowed on our map. Now really, it probably shouldn't be that big of a problem for me. You know, the little bit that the field is unplowed, probably not a major issue, especially with our first kind of crop underway. You know, I don't see anything that I missed. Oh, there's some grass here. So if it's not visually kind of apparent that I missed a spot, I'm not going to necessarily worry about it. So I'm just going to make sure to get this little bit there. Make sure to engage our plow. And because we are sinking into the ground, and this tractor, again, is pretty bare bones, you know, it's a little bit of a tough haul. Alright, I believe that got that little section there. Let's see. I don't see anything else really jumping out at me. Maybe it was kind of a waste of time to come out here with the plow again. The field looks pretty nice, to be honest. Hope you guys can agree. I try to get it as straight as possible. But with the lack of control that we have with this machine, it's a little difficult. Let's dodge the branches as best as possible here. Just cruise up the side and perimeter a little bit. See what we have. Run right over this shrub. There we go. Just what I wanted to happen. Oh boy, don't tip. Don't tip. Alright, we nailed it. 10 out of 10. Okay, well, it looks like I kind of wasted time. So we'll just head back and grab the sowing machine so we can plant this thing. Like I said, I wanted to plant corn last episode. So that's what we are going to be planting in this field over here. So we'll grab the sowing machine, we'll refill it with some seed and go from there. I'm gonna cut through the stable area and silage sections as well. Whoa, 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 okay. Taking the turns a little too quick sometimes here. So we'll go around, there we go. Now, these rolls, it kind of looks like bedding. Like the bedding you would put underneath your garden. I don't know necessarily exactly what those are used for, but it's a nice little detail to have. And that's what I enjoy about custom maps as well. You know, you get these little nooks of detail that you might not otherwise. Man, every time I accelerate, our front end pops up a little bit and I lose control. It's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Alright, around the turn. Now the pine trees, these are things that won't change throughout the season. They are, of course, evergreens. So, you know, they won't lose their needles or anything. They will be the only real green section during the winter, which will look pretty interesting. You can see we have a decent amount of normal broadleaf trees around. And it is gonna be a cool contrast, I think. Especially when it snows. That'll be pretty cool. Back her in here again. Okay, well, unless Uthris fails at reversing. Come on. Okay, gonna just back this in here, like so. Yeah, I had to take that a little wider. All right, we'll lower it down. We'll detach it. And then I'm pretty sure I might be able to just kind of weasel my way over here to the sowing machine. There we go. So I don't have to back out. Alright, so that's attached. And I gotta look real quick just because I'm not used to this. So we're gonna unfold it. We need to select the seed to corn. Whatever corn looks like in this game. I might need to look at the image for corn, to be honest. It can't do corn. That's interesting. So that kind of throws a wrench in my plans a little bit, but that's okay. I guess. And I'll go back and yep. Okay, so yep. Beans it is, lads. Beans it is. You can see, you know, I'm again not claiming to be well versed in the game, so it's going to be a little bit of a learning process. And hopefully you guys in the comments below can assist with anything I might need help with. Let's hop out over here. There we go. We'll just back that in or lower it. Refill it. Just to make sure it's topped off. Again, this is our large one. There we go. Alright, so we have a full load of seed. Now let's get to planting and see how this goes. So we'll just cruise along the border. Alright, 7:30. We wasted an hour this morning just trying to figure out what we needed to do. Should have probably addressed that before I started recording, but it was dark, so I couldn't really see out there in the field. And this tractor doesn't really have a good set of high beams on it, you know? It's pretty much just the normal headlights, and that's it. Hopefully we can maybe customize this a bit later and upgrade this to reveal something a little bit better. But hey, I'm perfectly fine with driving this thing around. It's a joy. There's something about driving using a PlayStation 4 controller that just brings back some memories of when I was younger and playing a whole bunch of PlayStation 1 and 2 before I could essentially afford and build my own custom PC, and it's been basically PC Master Race since. We'll climb up this hill. And right here is an access point to our field. So, let's go ahead and do this. Is this unfolded? Yep, okay, it's unfolded. Go ahead and lower it. We'll turn it on. And we'll start the process of getting these seeds in here. Very important. And I'm glad, you know, we'll have all the fields pretty much done and awaiting fall-time harvest after this episode. That leaves us one more day of spring to hopefully mess with some mowing and get that done before summer's here. As we go across. There we go. We're losing a little bit of speed due to the simple fact that we're not going downhill anymore. Oh boy, come on. Get this thing going. It's a slow tractor, but I'm hoping to get this field completely sowed in by about 3 o'clock today. And if we can get that, I think we're on a decent course to finish up before dinner. And we'll go this way. So we lose about 2%. 2% of our seed storage every swath. So we might end up needing to go get a refill of seeds if that's the case. And that could be a little bit of an issue. Because I don't really want to spend much more money this season, just because, you know, we started pretty poor and we have no money coming in. We have a few resources in the silo to start with, and we might have to sell some of that off, which would be neat. I get to, you know, pull our trailer around and sell those and get to see the map a little bit as well. But I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and speed farm my way through this whole process and listen to some music. Alright, so the field, boy is this thing taking a while. The slope is causing some issues with the overall speed of the tractor, so I had to change the direction we were sowing the seeds just so we can get across this hill in a timely manner. But we are on the last couple paths of sowing our seeds. And then, of course, by the way, it's like 3 in the afternoon in the game now because of how long this is taking. However, it's going to be totally worth it. This is, of course, the largest field. It's also going to be essentially our most money maker. Now, beforehand, I probably should have checked to see how much each crop was worth. But, you can't really judge the market until you're ready to sell. So, what I'm going to do is probably harvest all of it in the fall, throw it in storage, and essentially either wait until we have an animal to feed it to, or wait until there's a high demand. That's usually the best time to sell anything in this game. So once there's a high demand, prices go up, you're able to then make a profit, a decently good profit. Otherwise, you're just kind of making average sales, which is fine. You can do that to kind of subsidize your income. If, you know, we were hiring workers, I'd probably be selling things off here and there just to cover their wages, and then bulk sell things during high demand periods. But hopefully, you know, things will ramp up and we'll make some money, get some upgraded tractors. There's a new Holland one that we downloaded that will essentially be Workhorse 2.0 after this one has kind of run its course. So here is the last little swath of seeds. At this point, you can kind of see the little patches of discolored dirt. Those are areas that weren't plowed. Overall, though, due to the size of the field, I'm not necessarily worried about those areas. They are, I guess, not super important. We used about 54% of our total seeds in our sower here. So that was a decent amount. We're just going to coast down this hill, and we're going to head back to the main base, you could say, and go into fertilizer mode, and then that field 26 will be complete, and we won't really need to worry about it until maybe summer. I don't know if we can fertilize it twice, once in summer as well. And then, other than that, we'll probably just be working on grass, gathering that, getting some hay bales, and getting those stacked up in barns, because there is a weather kind of rotting feature for those things, so you don't want to leave them outside, and otherwise you will end up losing them. Now, this is an area that I'm slightly concerned with the map in general. I need to probably check this sooner rather than later. But I believe if it's raining inside of a barn, it's not really going to protect my hay. We'll find out, essentially, and take it from there. But I am a little worried about that. Okay, so over here to our tool shed. And inward we go. Alright, go ahead and drop that. Pull forward a little bit so we can angle our back end over here to the fertilizer. Now luckily the fertilizer is kind of the quickest part of this whole process. It has the widest kind of path out of all of our tools right now. So we'll quickly put over here to get some fertilizer for us. Lower that down, refill it. Alright, so that is there. No, maybe, nah, okay. I actually prefer not having the cover on, just because I enjoy seeing the actual fertilizer in there. If it was raining, I'd probably put the cover over this thing, but since it's not, I'm not really worried about it. Just head this way now. It's pretty nice just having these back roads to and from our fields. We can really avoid traffic. However, after I'm done fertilizing, the last thing I want to do is head into town with a load of goods to potentially sell. I think that's going to be necessary. We kind of lost about 1,000 or so euros due to just vehicle leasing, and also there's the running cost of the farm, our loan payment. So that's why our money kind of went down from the first day. So I need to try and offset that cost a little bit by selling something. And plus, I just think it would be nice to get off the farm here in the evening. Okay, cruise up this hill. And luckily, this is, the lightest out of all of our tools, so we can really go quick to lay down this fertilizer. Alright. Here we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower it. Actually, don't lower it because it's gonna drag the ground. Let's just turn it on and off we go. So we can do this definitely twice as fast. We're going about 20 kilometers per hour down this thing, and because of how wide it is, I mean, look at that. We're not even using all of it. I just want to get the good edge going, and I want to be able to try and judge roughly how wide this path is going to be so that I can do it fairly efficiently. So I think I'm gonna I think I'll line it up about there. I think that's a good thing. We got an achievement called Make It Grow though just now. So I think that's probably from fertilizing the fields. That's probably how you get that one there. And that's pretty cool. It's always nice to get an achievement every now and then. Alright, and just like that. I'm a little bit worried that when I turn around that I might miss a spot or two. Like in that corner there, I'm thinking that I missed a spot. And we did. But I'll just take a final kind of swath near the end. Or I can just extend out kind of my turnaround kind of table there. It's a little harder to do at the top. The top is a little bit of a shorter barrier and buffer that we have set up at the headlands of this field. So maybe I should probably just make a hard left here and set up some sort of range so that we can turn around in the field rather than having to go into the grass. That is definitely the best thing to do when you're doing this, whether you're plowing, harvesting, sowing seeds, what have you. You want to probably set up a little bit of a buffer around the edge so you don't have to go into the grass too much, especially if you have shrubs, trees, and other things in your way. Okay, nailing that right there. Dodge those sticks. Good. Swing it around. Yes, I don't own this field. You are correct. Okay. There we go. A little barrier is set up, and it's pretty wide naturally, so normally with a plow we go around 2 to 3 times depending on how much room you need, and with this thing we can go around probably just once, and that will suffice. So I'm going to swing this around in a different kind of fashion just to make sure I don't miss a spot back here. Looking pretty good. And it's just a beautiful game. This is why I really wanted to play Farming Sim, and I might get into some other simulator-esque games on the channel over time. They are just super relaxing, very nice to look at, and when you have a stressful day at work, just come home, play this for a bit, and you are good to go. Alright, so this field is already over half done, which is great. And here's another little spot that we missed on plowing. Kind of a shame, but I think we'll get better over time. It is the first plow that's ever done on these farms, so can't expect it to be perfect. And again, just the amount of space we lost from those really is nothing compared to the rest of the field. Percentage-wise, I would say we got at least 95% of the field, and I'm pretty happy with such a number like that. Alright, already using about half of our fertilizer here. I'm missing any other obvious spots? Not really. We have a bit of an odd shape in here. I'm sure some people know of a much more efficient way, or possibly cleaner way to do what I'm doing here, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. As long as it gets done in a timely manner. So let's go down here, off the edge, flip it around to there. You can see that's going to leave some spots, but we'll just come back to them real quick. And just clean this up. There we go. And once we're out of fertilizer or seeds that were given to us for free, did I miss anything else? I think there's just a spot down here, and that'll be it. So this is the last spot of fertilizer. And that field is now done. So we'll go ahead, turn off the machine. That would be good to do. Alright. Now we just head home, drop this thing off. We'll look at some graphs on maybe what to sell, just so we can get some money back. That'll hopefully last us a little while, a couple more days. And then tomorrow we will be working on mowing field 31 and getting that first little bit of bales going, which will be pretty cool. Baling is a neat thing. We might even need to lease a little bit of a flatbed trailer. Actually, no. I think our trailer attachments can fold out into access points. So we'll just have to lease a front attachment to this tractor so we can pick up the bales, which will be nice. Alright, back through here, through our wonderful little wilderness. Looks beautiful, doesn't it, with that water there? And then around this bend. It's already late in the day. That's alright. There we go. Log pile for winter. That's something I might want to do as well. By the end of autumn, I wouldn't mind cutting down at least 1 or 2 trees, just so we have logs for the winter. We'll just get a chainsaw, cut them down, and hand piling it into our van or something like that. And we'll lower that down, attach that. Alright. So, we haven't driven the other tractors too long, so we'll probably grab that. So let's give this thing a wash real quick. It's pretty dirty. There we go. Alright. Yeah, just dirt gets caked into everything, it seems, here in Farming Sim, so need to get this all freshened up. And the next time it rains, I'll probably put the roof on, just so we have that there to protect us a little bit. There we go. we'll go put this in our little shed, kind of covering spot. Next to one of its tractors. You know what? We'll take the blue one, just so we have a little bit of color. Oh, I need to shut it off. There we go. First things first, though, let's take a look at some prices. So, a good price. So we have, what, 6,000, 6,000, 7,000, 5,000, 6,000. Let's go ahead and get rid. What is that? That is canola. Let's get rid of some canola, I think. That's a good price. Or maybe some sunflowers. They sell pretty good at this location here. I can't pronounce that. Where is that at, though? Looks like that's right there near the shop. So we'll grab our sunflower seeds out of the silos here. So we'll hop in the Universal 445. Start her up. All right. There we go. Oh, this thing just sounds so cute. We'll go get our little trailer. We don't have, you know, a super large trailer, and that's perfectly fine. I don't want to sell all of it anyways. We'll probably just sell 2,000 to 3,000 if this trailer can hold that much. All right, so we have that. Now I believe, I could be wrong here. I believe in here is. Looks like I'm wrong. Oh no, I dropped the mop. Hold on. Yeah, we'll bring a mop. Let's just, you know, in case we need to brush things off the wagon. There we go. Now we have a mop. It looks like that's the wrong place. Where is my silo? That's the good question. I believe it's kind of embedded into the ground somewhere. Is this it? Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It looks like it. Looks like it has a pour spout there. So that's where we'll go. Let's open up the garage on this side here. And in fact, open up the other end too. So we have a good passageway. All right, grab our little wonderful tractor. So adorable. All right. So we'll do that. And then we will come over here. I think this will work. Let's start filling here. So we're gonna take sunflower seeds. All right, that's 6,000 sunflower seeds. That's pretty much our whole thing, isn't it? That's not quite what I wanted. Let's dump some of it out, actually. To about 2,500. I think that's a better number there. All right, let's head into town and sell this stuff. See what we get. It should be, in theory, worth almost 3,000 euros. Let this turn a little wide so the trailer can make it. We'll have to be mindful of the turns in town. The streets are rather narrow there, so it'll be pretty interesting. Some nice dark green shrubs. Those are berries. That'd be pretty nice here in spring. Maybe some raspberries. And I'm happy this trailer can be pulled quite nicely by this tractor. I was a little worried that once we loaded it up, it wouldn't be able to pull the cargo. Hello, sir. We got 2 trucks on the road there. Speed limit's 50 kilometers an hour. These guys don't look like they're going 50 though. They're going about 30 like I am. Kind of interesting. That's alright. There's some other smaller fields. I think when we buy a new field, I'll probably end up picking up some smaller ones, just so we have some more variety and we don't have to spend as much time on one giant field. I'd rather cover all the crops first before focusing on one too heavily. Or one large field I think is enough for now, especially with how many people we have working here on the farm. So we'll pull into here. And this looks like the spot. We'll make this a little bit wider. What is this? Oh, this is our weight. So we're carrying 6,299 kilograms in total of weight here. So we went ahead, weighed ourselves. Let's go over to this beacon we laid out. It's good to know. And this looks like the correct location. Let's go ahead and tip it. We'll tip it out the side. There we go. And you made 3,618 euros. So that is a nice little supplemental income. That'll cover up our daily expenses for another day or so. Alright, let's head back to the farm, park our trailer, and then call this a day. It's already 5 o'clock. I will get started on mowing or something like that, but I think I'm going to save that for day 3 here in spring. Because, you know, this episode has kind of run long enough. I'm not blocking your way, guy. You're fine. Okay. Nice little ditch along the road for water runoff. You don't want that going into the fields. That's a cool little detail they added. It's always important in games and anything really to definitely make sure water management is in your mind a little bit when you're making a map or scenario. City skylines, you know, even. So it's pretty cool that the map creator kind of included those things. 6% grade up this hill. It's a steep one. Anyone following us? No. No, we don't. Oh wow, listen to that engine just... I would say purr, but it sounds more like it's choking. There we go. So we'll make a left now. Looks kind of like a burn box for like weekend burns if you have like extra scrap wood to get rid of. Kind of dangerous to have it so close to trees though. Kind of can't wait till we own like maybe field 38 as well. Just all that grass pretty close by would be nice. But we have field 31. I mean, I think that's good enough. Here we are, back at home. Looking pretty good. Now I might move where we keep the trailers. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind keeping them with the silo. So we'll come over here. And we'll just back this thing into the door. And then we will turn it. Make sure my front end's clear. It is. We'll turn it this way. Like that. Okay, I think that's a good spot for this thing. We'll move the other one once we use it and put it away in here. Alright, we'll just cruise across the compound. Put this in here as well. Now I'm trying to back everything in, just because I think that's probably the better and more proper way to do this. As I stand on the other tractor. We are now, I guess we're gonna go ahead and close up shop. So, if you guys are enjoying Farming Simulator 17, go ahead and leave a comment down below on how you think I'm doing. If you have any tips or tricks, let me know that as well as we shut down the farm. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness such as this. Let's go lock up our seeds. There we go. And if you guys are interested in seeing what mods I am using for this series, I do have a little list in the description down below. You can get them from the workshop built into the game itself. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.